Welcome back to I'm Divinely Faceted. All right, we back for another one, okay? Back to back, 2 days in a row. Ancestors closest to the sun, please help me channel this message. Please tune into my frequency or allow me to tune into yours. Please protect me as I channel through this energy. All ancestors closest to the sun, you may remain. All others, you must leave. Okay, so now on some real talk shit, okay? I had a dream a few nights ago that was it consisted of me being outside. I apparently was outside of my house. um but the dream was kind of offset. It was kind of weird. Outside of my house was a tree, and in the tree, I had went out this particular day. In the tree, it was a purple snowsuit, a baby's purple snowsuit. And not too far from it, in the tree, was also a black crocheted hat, specifically with strings. Okay, that's going to be specific for someone, because I know this was not just any old dream. Okay, now as I'm in this dream, I fish out the snowsuit and the hat, and I'm like, what is this doing up here? Like, why is this even on my property? This is what I'm going through. And when I get it out of the tree, my intuition in that dream was so hella okay. My intuition was so strong to where it was strong enough for me to put the stuff down. But I was just looking around like, wow, things are really different. Like, what is this force? Like, what is this? Like, wow, what is this? That's how strong my intuition was. But I didn't quite understand the message of put the stuff back, okay? Or at least don't take it in the house, all right? But I knew with what my intuition was telling me that something was going to happen later that day. So I took it in the house. I guess I was talking to the kids about it being in the tree, and why would somebody throw that in the tree, and all of that. And all of a sudden, I'm sitting on, I don't know what I was sitting on. I must just say it was a bed. But the inside of where I was at didn't appear to be a house at this time. It appeared to be like a van, but it was big. Okay. And the only reason why I say this is because of how I closed the door of this space that I was in. Now, my intuition was still piping high. It was real high in this dream. And I'm looking at the door, and I see a red van, specific, okay? A red van speed up, look to see if I was inside of whatever. I can't even say it was a house at this point. Look to see if I was in there, and hurried up and parked across, okay? Now, where I was in a dream at that point, it kind of gave me that wherever I was like in a garage or off of an alley or something like that. But I knew that car coming up and parking like that was odd. It was weird, because should nobody be driving back here or driving that fast, or what are you doing back here? Okay. So when that van pulled up and parked across the way, it was almost as if they saw me and rushed to pull over. Okay. At that moment in time, I got up and I went over to the door, and it seemed like it was a van door that I closed. Okay, I closed the door, and it was dark inside of where I was, and I'm feeling around for the lock. You know how you would like manually lock a door, a car door or a van door. It was one of those. I'm feeling around for it, and my heart is beating so hard. Okay, I end up hitting the lock at the moment that this woman and this man come and try to snatch the door open. Okay, and I look out because I did it just in time. So I look out, and I'm seeing a fat black woman, all right, and a tall, he was like towering over her. She had to be what, if he was like 6 feet something, she had to be like 5 or 4 something. Okay, it was a nice distance. That is specific as well. Okay, and I'm giving all of these details because I'm getting that there is something more to that dream other than what I pull out of it. Okay, it was giving me The download that I got about the dream was that there was a baby missing. In actuality, a baby missing, okay? But I also got that it was a setup that those items was put in my tree, and it was a setup that it was like I was supposed to grab those items and somebody watched. It was almost like surveillance, that somebody watched me take those items into where I was at, to where, and then told whoever those people was, probably mom and dad, that, hey, we got some news. You will find some evidence here. Okay. So what I got from that is that it's a setup. It was a complete setup in the dream. It almost gave me like dream police as well, because these two people wasn't saying open the fucking door and my baby in there, or they wasn't doing nothing. They wasn't talking. They was just looking at me as if it was like, you can't talk. You can't talk. And I'm just looking at them. I didn't say anything to them. Okay. And I just woke up out of that dream, but my heart was beating so fast, like I was in a panic. I was completely thrown off. I was completely scared. I was in fear, like, what is that? But I brought out of that dream with me that it was a setup. So in saying that, we need to be very, very careful with the things that we are bringing into our homes, the people that we are bringing into our homes, the things that we are even seeing on via TV in our homes. We have to be very, very careful. Okay, it's something about setup here. Okay, I'm being pulled to the color of her snowsuit is purple. I'm not a purple girl, but lately I've been drawn to purple, okay, and I don't know why. So it's some sort of a shift in your spirituality that is going to make you look at colors different or feel different about colors, or your elevation in your spiritual growth is going to switch colors. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. If your favorite color used to be green and now it's red, or you didn't like yellow at all and now you love it, it's that type of energy. The colors goes with your elevation here. Okay, purple, all right, but I'm gonna take me for example. I didn't like purple, like no. All right, that's the last color you're gonna catch me in. I barely wear. I have a purple scarf, but you barely have seen me in a purple scarf. I don't do purple, but ever since I feel like my last ascension or my last elevation, I am now attached to purple. All right, so I got stuff in the carts that's purple now. Okay, that type of energy. But I did want to pull a few cards on whether or not this was a real thing, whether or not this was an actual baby going missing. Okay, I did want to ask the ancestors whether or not this was a baby gone missing, and it was a baby girl. Is this an actual baby gone missing? Yes. Okay, that is a yes. There is a baby gone missing. Okay, mom and dad, I guess if I seen them, I could pick them. I could pick them out. I can pick them out. All right, if I seen them again in real life, I can pick them out. Okay, but it's sliding from that into something else. We have to wake up, okay? And when I say wake up, I mean wake up to what it is that you are seeing. Wake up to the realities that's being put right in front of our face. At one point, we was all distracted with the Black Lives Matter. We was all distracted with the cops killing black people. We was distracted with that, okay? And to me, that seems to have died down a little bit. But what has spiked? Okay, pay attention. What has spiked is the 13-year-old girls. 13, the number 4. Okay, the 13-year-old girls coming up missing. All right, it's no longer black men being slaughtered. Okay, now it's our 13-year-old girls. Now wake up to what you are seeing. Okay, we have Naziah, who went missing in 2024. We got Kimani, I think that was the latest, in 2025. We got Kanaya, all right, and then we have Janaya, all right. We have a bunch of Ayas here, and Ani, okay. We have 3 Ayas and Anis here, okay. These are little girls that's coming up missing by their own people. Wake up. To me, it's sacrificial. The number 4 is almost like these girls are being given up to whatever they serving. Okay, this is the target now. Our 13-year-old girls, black girls. Okay, I don't watch a lot of news, but I did do some research on Kanaya. All right, this is a 13-year-old girl who was found in an abandoned home. I think she was cut. I think she was burned. But the people who did it was a 15 and a 16-year-old girl. So these two are going to be charged as adults. All right. So now think about it. How are you found in a vacant home? Did this 15 and the 16-year-old girl, or were y'all just chilling in a vacant home? Okay. Or did the 15 and the 16-year-old carry you to the vacant home? Like, it's all a setup. It's all a plot. It's to me, it's spiritual. Why our little girls now? Okay, this is what we have to wake up to. Not only that, when it comes to this spiritual warfare that we are going through right now, okay, the spiritual warfare is against our inner child. All right, it's against our inner child and possibly our actual children as well, because they are the next generation starseeds. They are the next generation of hope. Okay, they are going to be of the woke community. Okay, so there is some sort of a spiritual attack on not just our inner child, but our actual child. Okay, I'm seeing rejuvenation here. This is what's going on. All right, the inner child is being rejuvenated to the point to where we're waking up to certain things. We're able to notice and see certain things. Okay, for those who are awakening, you know what I am talking about. The inner child is being rejuvenated. You may come across a thought that you've never why are you remembering something from your childhood? Like, oh my God, I forgot about this. Things are going to be coming back to you, okay, from your childhood that you feel like you shouldn't have. Where did you remember that from? Okay, but there is a game that's being played. All right. There is a game that's being played by society, by our community, by the people in charge. There is a game being played. All right. And these people are prejudiced. And I'm not, and from the looks of it, it looks like color, but it's not color. It's bloodline. It's not bloodline. If it's not bloodline, it's strengths. If it's not strength, it's powers. Okay. It's something that you hold within you. Okay. That these people are playing with, freely playing with. Okay, but they are seeing that we are rejuvenating ourselves. Okay, the people who are in charge of whatever is going on right now, this is how they've always wanted us to feel, like we were the oddball out, like we didn't belong, like we wasn't supposed to be here. And like I say, it's not just color, but especially color. Okay, it is more so melanin as well. Okay, this is more so because of the melanin as well, and not because the melanin creates the color. The melanin period, the value of the melanin period, fuck the color, the melanin period. Okay, we like to attach melanin to color. It's not about color, it's about the melanin period. The melanin has something in it. The melanin is a secret ingredient. It's almost like making macaroni and cheese. All right, I'm going to use this example because my son, I was like, you know how to make macaroni and cheese? Because I've been teaching him a lot. I'm like, you know how to make macaroni and cheese? Talk me through it. All right, he had it all right, but he left out one ingredient. Melanin is like that. All right, this is what he said. He said, get your heavy whipping cream. He said, put it in the pan. Put it with your cooked noodles. He said, put your cheese in it. He said, mix it up. Put some seasoning salt in it to taste. And then he was like, and put it in the oven. But he forgot the egg, okay? And so that's what melanin is like, okay? Melanin is that if you don't put the egg in, that whole thing fucked up, right? If you don't got the egg in the macaroni and cheese, it's all messed up, bro. It's when it come out, what is it gonna be? I don't even know. I ain't never made that mistake, okay? But that's what melanin is like. You need it in there. It's something that's needed. Okay, and this is the reason why we are hated. It's not because of the color. It is because of what that melanin is. Okay, now this is going to take me to milk and honey. All right, in the Bible, you hear about milk and honey. All right, and when we think about milk and honey, we literally thinking about milk and honey. But I did research today. I had my son look it up for me. Okay, whatever I learn, I like to put them in on that lesson too. All right. So I was like, milk and honey, because when I touched the card, I got something more out of it. I said, this ain't just milk and honey. I said, look up how milk and honey is like compatible to the body. What's considered milk and honey in the Bible? He looked it up. It's serotonin is a mixture of I think first he looked up cerebral spinal cord fluid, okay? And then it took him from cerebral spinal cord fluid to finding out that milk and honey is serotonin and melatonin. Okay? Serotonin, it controls your mood. It controls whether or not you are depressed. It controls how you feel. It controls your sleep and wake cycles. Okay? That's what serotonin does. All right? It also controls your memory. So if you like moody or whatever, you low in serotonin. All right. So now melatonin, they say is it helps you sleep, and that's it. That's a lie. Melatonin is secreted by the pineal gland. Okay, and anything that's being secreted by the pineal gland has to do with everything woke. All right. So as we study these books and all of that, yeah, it might help you sleep, but it's mainly controlling you being awake while you are asleep, which is a dream. Okay, so this is the reason why a lot of people are not dreaming. This is the reason why a lot of people dream and don't remember it, because the serotonin and the melatonin in your body is all messed up. Okay, you need your serotonin and your melatonin to work together. But if you have these people playing games with your pineal gland, crusting it over by giving you calcium and fluoride, okay, in high doses, talking about milk and water. Okay, we're talking about milk and water that creates that crust over the pineal gland. Okay, it's blocking out the honey. Milk and water blocks out the honey. Okay, did you have to wake up to what it is that you are seeing here? Okay, so when we looked that up, my next card out was go the distance. So I'm like, wow, all right, I'm looking deeper into things now. I'm looking deeper into the cards now. So I'm like, wow. So the serotonin and the melatonin goes the distance. The serotonin and the melatonin in the body actually go far. Okay. My next card out was happy in reverse. I'm like, oh, and that should make them unhappy. All right. So this is the reason why they don't want the neurotransmitters and whatever else we got flowing through our body to be correct. Okay, this is the reason for medicines. This is the reason for all type of stuff. Okay, they unhappy with the fact that the melatonin and the serotonin will send you far. It'll take you far. Okay, I'm talking about past 3D, past 5D. I'm talking about mentally taking you somewhere. Okay, this is why they want you to remain asleep. I'm seeing orphaned here. Well, that was the next card out. This is the reason why they want you to walk away from any thought. All right. And this is when you wake up and you open your eyes to seeing certain things, this is the reason why things in life that's being created is getting simpler and simpler. Okay. A pot that stirs itself. All right. You don't have to think to do nothing no more. Okay. A toilet that flush itself. Okay. You don't have to think to do nothing no more. Okay, it's that type of energy. They want you to walk away from ever thinking, from ever using your mind. Okay, I was about to say losing your mind. These people want us to not use our brains. Okay, now I went to Rally's the other day. Rally's, it's called Checkers now, but you know I'm old school, so Rally's, it's gonna always be Rally's to me. Okay, put it in the comments if you're a Rally person. All right. Now I went and spent $50-something at Rally's. I just got stuck on the $50-something. Okay. Anywho, I went and spent $50-something on Rally's. But the kicker on that visit was I get to the window and I'm ready to order, and the robot says, "Hi, welcome to Checkers. Can I take your order?" And I'm like, it's a robot. I immediately, my whole everything shifted. Like, I start thinking about Tesla. I start thinking about the robots taking jobs. I start thinking about iRobot. I was like, oh my God, they rolling it out. Okay, that's a woke mind. Okay, I'm seeing that you setting stuff in place now. Okay, that is a woke mind. A lot of people be like, oh my God, that's cool. Okay, all right, that's cool. And it went faster. I'm not even gonna lie, but I'm against that. The robot was like, is it, after I finished my order, is it anything else that I can get you? I was like, a human. I didn't think that they was actually gonna go get somebody, okay? The thing was like, hold on just a second while I get a representative. Or I'm like, wow, like I was playing. You know what I'm saying? I was like playing. It didn't even have no humor. It didn't even know I was playing. You understand? How can a robot replace us? But that's what's happening. That's what's happening. I'm against it. I am against it. Okay? Listen, that is a part of the orphan and thinker. That's a part of that. All right? Taking jobs. It's nothing to think about no more. All right? I'm having excruciating pain right now telling you this message. Okay? When I say it feel like somebody is watching me and is beating down on a certain part of my body, bro. When I say what I say. If you watched my video yesterday, you already know what I was talking about. When I say that these spiritual attacks, okay, it came out of nowhere. So by me telling you what I'm telling you, it's almost as if somebody is really, it's almost like somebody got a whole dial and they like, This is the energy that this is giving me right now. This is the pain that I am going through right now that I was telling you about, but I ain't about to hold up and I'm not about to stop. Like I said, these people, they want you to be orphaned. They want you to walk away from every thought, okay? Because we are stepping into a new life here. All right? We are stepping into a completely new life. All right? These people can get into your minds. They can get into your head. They can get into certain parts of your body, but they really want to get into your mind. All right? They really want to get into your mind. However, you got to understand, they can get there, but they cannot get into your heart. All right? Proof that they cannot get into your heart is when I say I'm going through excruciating pain right now. Proof that they cannot get into your heart is this. Example, you in love with somebody and you can't get over this person. And this person keep doing you wrong. And this person keep fucking you over. And this person is you can't get them out your head. You can't get them out your mind. But you keep going back to this person. This person keep fucking you over. And they keep doing the same thing to you. But you can't stop dealing with them. Because why? Because you love them. Because your heart. Okay? Your mind don't control nothing. They can easily tap her into your mind. They can easily fuck with your mind. Okay? They can easily get there. But they cannot do anything with your heart space. Your heart space is what is in control. Okay? Your heart space is what is in control. Before anybody commit a crime of passion, what are they doing? They going through their emotions first before they go ahead and really cut somebody or do this or do that, or they going through emotions first. It is your heart that is in control. Okay, they got you thinking it's backwards, like your mind control everything. Your heart is your center. All right, your heart is your center. Remember that, and everything that you do is moving and going and motivating off of an emotion. Okay, an emotion like rage, an emotion like love, an emotion like hate, and those are emotions. Okay, those things are produced in the heart first. They are not produced in the mind. Love is not created in the brain. Love is not created in the mind. All right, when I say they working on me right now as we speak, they working on me right now as we speak, bro. But I'm going to keep going. All right? Listen, these people trying everything that they can. But what they cannot get into is your center. All right? And when I talk about color, okay, if you are having chest pain, they trying to get into your heart. They trying to get into the green. All right? If you're having pain here, okay, that's yellow. Okay, you might be somebody who, whatever chakra you own, is the chakra that they attacking. Okay, Whatever chakra you on, you might be into yellow. You may have developed a new color, okay, of yellow, all right? They're working on your power. They're working on your strength, okay? If you like orange, okay, they're working on your sacral. They trying to dig into your sacral. They're trying to affect your sacral, okay? It's different areas. Let's say if you got really, really bad cramps, okay? It's not just bad cramps. It is spiritual warfare on your sacral area. All right, that is what this is. Okay, we got to stop just connecting physical things with just natural, like surface level stuff. Okay, we have to stop doing that. We have to start thinking that it's deeper. Okay, I am working on my crown, and that's what these people are definitely trying to attack here. Okay, but I'm not one to just be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Listen, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this message. I'm gonna go ahead and not say what I need to say, y'all, because yeah, this going on. I'll try to do it later on, and this, then no, and fuck no. Okay, this is the energy. We have to wake up to what's going on around us. Why are 13-year-old girls? Why the black mamas looking crazy? All right. Everybody that's attached to one of these 13-year-old girls is either the black mama or the black daddy that done did it. All right. Why you making us look crazy out here? Okay. Why we the target now? Because we are the Holy Grail. That's why. These little 13-year-old girls, 15, 16-year-old girls are the Holy Grail. That's why. With that ingredient that you can't get nowhere else. Okay, that's why. That's why we looking the craziest out here. That's why. Because of the melanin. But they want us to hate the melanin. All right. This is the energy. Again, very, very specific about the purple snowsuit. All right. Listen, secret. All right. What's the secret? Listen, these people have been frauds for a long time. These people have been frauds for a long time. That is the secret. Fraud for a long time. Okay. Wanting us to desert everything that we know. Okay. Trying to desert us from everything that we know. I'm getting Middle Eastern here. Okay. Desert us from where we're from, Middle Eastern area possibly, and then outer space as well. The Bible says that we are foreigners in the land. Everything you read in the Bible, we are foreigners in the land. So if we are foreigners in every land that we go to, if you notice, Abraham and them didn't have no land. Okay, and I'm just going off their Bible right now. I'm just bringing up stuff out of their Bible right now. Okay, Abraham and them, they didn't have no land. They was always considered foreigners in the land. So if you're a foreigner, that means you ain't from here and you ain't had no land. All right, so where you from? Where you from? Okay, where you from? It's a lot that they do. Wow, it's a lot. You will find this out if you go inside. All right. You will find this out if you go inside. And by going inside, I'm talking about getting a little deeper with yourself. I'm talking about closing your eyes and you know you inside if you looking at your eyelids and you focused on that. You're not focused on nothing else outside of you. That's how you know you're inside. All right. Do it right now. Do it right now. Close your eyes and just focus on your eyelids. All right. That's a different space than being out here. That's a different space than even hearing shit that's going on outside of your body. That is a completely different space. Okay. Close your eyes, look at your eyelids, and you're in. All right. Don't listen. Don't like take me out of the equation. You probably can hear my voice, but you know that you're in. All right. Now, once you stop, this is the exercise. Once you stop being in is when you start focusing on my voice on the outside. Okay, so go in, look at your eyelids, focus on your eyelids. You're in. Okay, you're in at this moment. Now take your thought out to my voice. Okay, that's the difference between being in and being out. If that experience just worked for you, if you can see exactly what I'm talking about, put it in the comments. Listen, a lot of people want to know, who is she? I'm in pain right now. I'm in pain right now. But listen, I'm divinely faceted. Okay? Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you on the next one.